welcome to Just Us Thinking. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm your co-host, Rebecca.
And I'm your AV guy, Mikey.
And here we go for another show.
Yep, we have a big special today for you guys.
So this is number 50.
Yep, the big 50.
The big 50. Now that is episode numbers. So we have quite a bit more shows with our specials and our video sods and our minisodes and all those.
All our sods. Yeah.
Until we decided to come up with a name for it.
Yeah.
But this is, and we have the trauma series, and we had a lot of other shows too.
We did,
but
yeah.
As far as episodes go, this is number 50.
Wow. I can't believe we've been doing it this long.
Now we're over a year now. We're just over a year.
Yep, 1 year and 1 month, I think, to be.
Yep, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least that much, anyway.
Yeah. So, Mikey, how's it going?
I think it's going pretty well. I am surprised at how many episodes we've gotten.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna decide to. No, we did it walking through memory lane, right?
We did.
Like episode 9.
Yeah, that was like our episode 9.
Look back at that. We're at 50. Can you? I mean, I guess I wanted to do that walk down memory lane at like 9 because I thought, we're getting ready to get 10 episodes done, and that's good.
Yeah.
And then I blink and we're at 50.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not even, like I said, that's just 50 episodes. That's, the series, the trauma series, all the sods that we did. I mean, the after shows are part of this show. It's just kind of, our shows are almost 2-part.
Yeah.
So 50 episodes, that's 100 actual shows that we've done.
Wow.
Plus all the minis, and we're way over like 120 or something like that, easy.
Probably.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah. So we're, I guess let's go right into, walking down this memory lane.
Okay.
We're going to go over, where do you want to start? I guess let's start with you.
I would have to say one of my favorite episodes we did, and it's hard to say call it a favorite, but it was the fentanyl episode that we did with Dawn.
Oh, okay.
And I guess that was just kind of you hear about it all the time. You hear about issues like that, but until you've actually talked to somebody that's experienced it, you really don't know. So it was just kind of I think that was the big eye opener moment for me.
Okay. That's I wouldn't have guessed that was going to be one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay.
And of course all the wine talk we did, so those are always fun too.
So that would be what, your number 1?
Yeah.
What would be your number 2?
Well, probably the wine talks.
Okay. And then number 3.
Ooh. There's a couple in there. The ones that you went off on your rants and stuff like that. And
okay.
I think there's been a couple where I've gone off on something and I'm just
yeah, you've gone on a couple rants as well. So that's okay.
So yeah, what about you? What's your favorite one?
Mine, I thought we were going to go to Mikey. Oh, okay. I guess we can go mine here.
Okay.
I wasn't ready to go over to Mikey, but I can't read a piece of paper that's in front of me.
Okay.
I don't know. I like some of the later ones. So the first ones kind of all blur together to me. I don't know why, but they kind of all do.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we kicked off into the origins when we did our little. It wasn't really a reboot. We took a little with the winter break, and then we came back, and then we were like, we're doing this.
Okay.
So I want to say it's not really a one episode. I really enjoyed doing the big boys, us blowing smoke, which was a dragon. So
oh yeah. That one.
The realm of the unknown, diving into the deep blue. I liked those because I don't know. We just had I had a little fun with it, you know.
Okay, yeah. Those were
Just-
pretty fun episodes. So.
Yeah, I like those. Those were fun.
Yeah.
The wee little ones. So I have quite a few that I actually liked, but they're all my later episodes.
Okay.
So, I want to say, and I don't, Mikey, you said it earlier too. I know I go on a rant every once in a while, but with the Muppets, my issue with Muppets comes up quite a bit. I know that
It really does.
and I think you guys just seem to catch on to those really quick, and I think you guys like to tease me on it a little bit too. So
Yeah, it wouldn't be any fun if we couldn't.
yeah, so I like all of those. I don't know. Those are kind of some of my favorites.
Okay. What about you, Mikey?
All of them. Okay.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I know, but if I had to pick 3 of my favorite ones, I would definitely pick the Origin series. I love that one, especially the dragons.
Yeah. Their
Okay.
little on and off button for their fire breathing.
Yeah, see, there were so many good moments in that. Okay.
I think I would have to do the Darker Side of Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
I did like that one, and
Yeah.
that was the one that you did, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the one that I mainly looked up a lot of the monsters for, which was
That was Krampus, right? With his
Yeah.
his Christmas Day running of the kids or after the kids or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
a good story. I like that one.
All right. And what number 3?
number 3. Ooh, I would say it would have to be like one of the more recent ones that we've done. It's hard to pick like my final 3, like my final third one.
Okay.
Yeah, I will tell you, it almost seems like we had a big shift when we did that Origins, when we rebooted it. And it wasn't like a reboot. It was just like, I really didn't, I said I didn't like it, so I wanted to redo it and kind of reintroduce ourselves. And I don't know, we kind of changed the way we did things.
We did, and personally, I think we got a lot more fun in us than.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think really, I want to say, if I have to give it a number, 32.
You think so?
32.
32.
Yeah. We were 32 episodes in, and that's when we did Winter Wonderland.
Okay.
I want to say our shows weren't bad in there. I mean, they progressively got better. But I think it took us about 32 episodes to really start getting comfortable with what we were doing
Okay.
and talking.
Yeah.
You seem to open up more in some of the later episodes.
Okay.
I mean,
Fair
I also liked number 5, which was the steel horse riding with Chad when we first had him on there.
Oh, okay.
That one was a fun one.
Remember his motorcycle noises?
Yeah. Those were good ones too.
Yeah.
He's always fun to have on the show.
Yep. Actually, the one of the other ones that stood out to me is chiropractic care. That was number 7.
Yeah.
That was our first remote.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I want to say that's our first and only remote, isn't it?
No, we did the I Feel Pretty.
Oh, we did. I feel
we
pretty.
did I Feel Pretty. That was a remote
Over at Chris's.
over at Chris's, and then we had Tiffany and Ricky on.
We did, yeah.
Okay. So we've only done 2 remotes. So we've only been out of the studio twice.
Wow.
That's crazy considering we have 50 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to get out more.
Yeah, we do.
All right. So now here's the other question now. We've had a few guests. We have quite a few guests on.
Yeah.
So now I'm really curious on this too. Is we'll start with you, Rebecca. Who was your favorite guest?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Right.
That's probably harder than the episode one, but
Right.
Jeez. I'd have to say Milo.
Milo's your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just found her to be really like inspirational and just, I mean, she had such like a positive, upbeat attitude.
There was just, you could feel.
Yeah.
We were on a phone call with her, and you can feel her energy.
Yeah, you could just feel the energy. It was like, ooh.
Yeah. She's up in Chicago. We're down here in Omaha.
Yeah.
And we felt like she was in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I don't know. What about you, Mikey? Who is your favorite guest?
Oh, that's tough. I do like Milo on there. Mm-hmm. I also liked Liz.
Oh, yeah.
Liz was right up there too. She, like, I love listening to her and her stories. It's
Right.
just, she makes them so interesting to listen to. It's just like, ooh, it's like one of those, like, stay tuned for next week episode.
Yeah.
Those two are fighting for number one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I feel you, but you're not even a plug what their show is. Come on. So Milo is a generation hero. She's a rap artist or a artist out of Chicago.
Okay.
And who's Liz?
She is actually from another podcast called Ouch, Was That a Ghost?
See, there we go. Sorry, Liz. I have to,
And she actually started about the same time that we did. So
She did.
Yeah, we kind of.
She just had, I think I just saw a post from her,
her
on
50th.
Facebook for her 50th. Did
Yeah.
you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Told you we started right around the same time.
Wow.
She hit her 50th right before we did because we had a few trauma. We had a few other things that were going on. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we're down to my favorite guest, right?
Yeah. Who was yours?
Well, I'm going to go through the guests. So I want to, tally who our guests were.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first guest we ever had on was Chad.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we had Dr. Chris Johnston.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Ricky and Tiffany. And then your brother, Chris, was on.
Yep. And we had
Oh.
Tiffany on a
And then
second time.
Tiffany was on again.
Okay.
And then there's Liz with Ouch, Was It a Ghost? She was on the Realm of the Unknown.
And we did Milo.
And then we did Milo. And then we had...
And then I think we had Chad on a second time.
Yeah.
And then we had Chad on again, yeah. And then Chad's going to be on a new show. So, I don't know. Chad is... I like having Chad on, don't get me wrong. But he's kind of... I want to say I don't... At this point, is he
kind of
considered
takes
a
the
guest?
pressure off of me, so that's why I like having him on. Because you two could like talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. So I'm like, okay, I'll just sit here and listen.
I don't consider him really I mean, I guess he's part of family, so I don't really consider him like, oh, he's a guest per se.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. I would say this is actually harder than you're right. It is harder. God, who do I like having on?
And we had Dawn on too. Can't forget Dawn.
That was your favorite episode. That was fentanyl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say, and I really liked having Dawn on. I will tell you, me and Dawn go back way back.
Yeah.
And then we lost touch with each other for a while, and we've kind of been bouncing back and forth with each other. The problem is every time she comes around, I miss her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she's, I kind of miss having her around.
Yeah.
I miss the stuff that we used to have a while ago. So I would have to say Dawn is probably Dawn and your brother.
Okay. I was just thinking the episode with my brother because you lit up like a little kid at Christmas
That was
time.
a NASA episode.
Yeah. So that was pretty fun to see you light up like a little kid.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote out, I did like extra research.
Yeah.
We do a lot of research on our show too, but I mean, I was all in,
Okay.
I was all in. I don't know. I really liked. I want him back on because especially under the new format. I would like, because we're a little more. I don't know. When he was here, he was sitting down on our futon.
Yeah.
I want to say it was, it was a good show, but I think having him back and just having him cut loose like we do now.
Yeah.
I think we were a little more reserved with our talking, weren't we?
We were, and we hadn't hit 32 yet.
Right.
So we were still kind of, trying to get, I guess, comfortable with it.
That was
Right.
still our 17th episode.
Yeah.
So
That was still pretty early.
Well, and so we had Chad on, and Chad, here's the thing, we're really comfortable with Chad. The remote episode was, at Dr. Johnson's office, so that was kind of off into the unknown.
Yeah.
And then we had another remote right back to back. That we did 2 remote back to backs there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because that was
yeah.
the I Feel Pretty. But that was at NARC game night, so it felt a little different there. And then I think when Chris came on, he was kind of one of the guests that we had. We don't see him all the time.
Yeah.
And we don't talk to him, like a day-to-day basis like all our other guests at that point.
Right.
So, and I don't think he's ever done a show like that either.
Yeah. So it was new for all of us.
It was. So, I don't know. I think it went well, but yeah, 32 is the number.
Okay. We'll go with that.
Yeah. So, but I like them all. I like all our guests. And I'm actually starting to, originally when we started this, I'm like, do I want to have a whole lot of guests on? I think going forward, I would like to get more guests.
Yeah, I think we we have stuff in the works too, different ideas and stuff like that. So
We do.
yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. So let's work on getting some more guests. I have actually a few in the pipe here. So
Yeah,
we're going to see how those go, and
should be interesting.
think having a little bit of fun with it. I think.
Yeah.
I want to say I don't know, Mikey. What do you think? Where do you think everything started to change?
At the beginning, it was like a weird flip flop where we would have good shows, and then we would have these weird off shows.
What do you mean by weird and off?
Well, okay, I guess poor choice of words there.
No, it's not. Explain.
They were weird, as in one show we would be talking back and forth and have a nice show like that, and then the next one it would either just be you two talking, or not all of us would have a lot of input on it.
I think it's up to the subject and what we're talking about. I think that's still going to happen. Like I said, I think so. Those that don't know, we started this show because of Mikey's. Mikey's learning to do this in school, and he wanted to do this kind of stuff. So we started the show.
Yep, he wants to do the audio and visual.
I thought we can do this, and I never shut up, so that's good.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people will say it's mostly me talking.
Well, yeah, because that's what you do.
Right.
And I don't.
Right. So, and let's ask, why don't you don't talk very much at all?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not I probably don't do my research as much as you do.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, you kind of got drug into it. The reality is you kind of got drug into this. I needed a co-host, and you're like, all right, let's get this over with.
Yeah.
So for those that say, well, Rebecca doesn't say much, I want to say you're starting to open up quite a bit more.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think you have gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I would like to not talk as much now and have you talk more.
That'll ever
Well,
happen.
No, you have had some shows where you have spoken a little bit more than he has.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And those were kind of your in your realm type of shows.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like your plane show.
Yeah. And my animal stalker one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say when we did, and I like the video sods too. The video sods are pretty cool. If we're talking video sods, I want to say one of my favorites on that was the best politicians.
Oh yeah. That was definitely the best one.
I think that was a good I agree. That was a good one.
Just to see Mikey get all
Hot and
all
bothered.
hot and bothered and no, why? That was fun.
Yeah. I agree. So now let's go into all-time favorite moments. So out of all 50 shows. Now, and we're going to include the video shows, and we're going to include all shows that we've done at this point. Okay? All shows, 50 episodes here. What was your favorite moment on any of the shows? And it could be the top 3.
Ooh.
Gosh.
It's hard, isn't
it's
it?
hard.
Oh, it really is.
Wow.
I might have 3.
Okay, well, let go.
Your toaster rant.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I still think the one about the vampiric mermaids, the vampire mermaids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 2. What's your third one?
And it's a fight between one of your Muppet rants and her on-off dragon one.
Yeah.
I
Those are
didn't-
all good moments.
Yeah, they
They
were.
really are.
What do you think?
Oh, I forgot about the mermaids.
There's a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
we've covered. I mean, we've covered a lot of crazy stuff.
Oh. All-time favorite, though, is doing the research for the wine talks.
Does research count, though?
Yeah?
I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, because that can be your favorite moment.
Yeah.
oh, that's true.
Because you get to go and experience a bunch of different wines.
Okay.
And I would have to say, talking with Dr. Johnston. You know, I mean, I've known him for, I don't know, 8 years now.
Right.
And just to kind of learn about how he got his start in his profession and the way he talked about what he does with such passion, it was fun to see that come out of him too. So,
Okay.
and then of course any smart toaster or Muppet rant from you is
I've had a few of
always
them, haven't
gold.
I?
You've had
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple of toaster rants.
quite a few Muppet ones.
Quite a
too.
few Muppets, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess me and Disney don't get along either.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
You definitely have a thing for Disney too. Oh,
Yeah.
You
Jesus.
and Disney also have a huge problem.
Well,
I think it might be just a little bit worse than the Muppets.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. It might be. I
Well,
think that's a coin toss.
yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
They might be equal too.
Now, my favorite all-time moments. I don't know. I like doing the research. I like going through. I like the behind-the-scenes episode. I like doing that. It kind of gave our listeners kind of a candid on how we walked through. I wouldn't mind doing another one of those. Those were really cool to do.
That was a fun one.
That was fun. I kind of liked. I really like the best politicians. That's my favorite moment
Yeah.
with Mikey in there. And then your dragon moment, that was pretty good. You went off on something else, and I think it was like an airline, one of the airlines. You kind of went on a rant too.
Oh, I think that was the other video sode that we did with the airplanes. Breaking Plane.
Breaking plane.
Thank you.
Okay.
Was it?
I think that was the other one that you went off on the rant on.
Yeah,
Oh.
you did a pretty good rant. I was like, damn, I'm rubbing off on her or something. I don't know what's going on here.
You and that restaurant Chili's too.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I guess what it comes down to is when I don't know. I guess I use it as a vent, so I vent out kind of some of my frustration, and it comes out. I guess it comes out pretty good, right? And it comes out
Yeah.
kind of funny, right?
They always do.
Other people just use alcohol.
You
That's probably true.
That would be me, yeah.
I don't know. I have so many. I did like doing the motorcycle with Chad.
Yeah.
Now Chad's a lot more structured than I am. I'm more of like a Me and Chad are so alike.
You like free flow it.
Yeah, me and Chad are so much alike, yet so different that it's almost kind of weird at one point because he's
kind of scary at one.
Yeah.
I like.
he likes everything there like scheduled out or everything like written down, and like he'll come over and I've done a couple of his shows and he's like everything, his show's completely different than ours.
Yeah.
We're like, let's write some topics and let's see what happens. Here, have a beer.
And every show that you two have been on have run an hour long.
Well, yeah, that's because we're both talkers, which works pretty good when you're doing a podcast. Because I mean,
that's probably why I like the Irish Traditions one a lot too.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You like that one too?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we had a lot of good moments. I think we've learned a lot, haven't we?
I feel like we have.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, are you gonna ever host this one?
Yeah, maybe. One of these days.
I have to shut up for a little bit, and you do most of the talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not likely, but we can hope.
Yeah. Well, we could try.
Okay.
I like that you're opening up a little bit more.
Okay.
I don't, I think when we first started, you were like, I don't know, it was you wanted to.
That's because you talk too much.
Now you're interrupting me.
I know.
See how far along we've come?
Yeah.
Well, no, you like used to give one word answers, and I'm like, we wouldn't record, and I'm like, we're doing a podcast, right? We've got to talk.
You're supposed to talk it into the mic.
Right. I will tell you, that's a hard thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Because I'm like, I will like look around, or I'm like, I want to lean back, and I'm just like, ugh.
Right.
The only reason I don't talk too much is because I don't know half the topics, but when I do chip in.
Right.
That, and I'm also focused on the computer over here too.
Well, yeah, and you're kind of a support role, so I think I'm not sure we were going to have you as much as we've had you on the show. I think you were supposed to be more background and just like every once in a while say something. But you've come part of the show more than I mean, you say something almost every show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and I mean,
It's been a learning curve for all of us.
it has, and I think learning to talk on the mics. Most people don't realize how hard it is to talk with a mic in front of you.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like almost stage fright, isn't it?
Pretty
Public
much,
speaking.
yeah.
What?
Public speaking fear.
Yeah. Because, and then I think at the beginning we're like, everybody's going to hear me talk and, I hate the way I sound and all this, you have all those phobias that when you get in there. And we both have phone jobs where we talk all day. How do we have some of those? How do you have some of those?
You don't have any of those.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I could walk up and I'll steal a mic from that damn mouse and kick him in the butt and kick him over to Goofy. I don't care. Kick his ass out.
See, I don't mind talking on the phone at work because, like, it's maybe like a 5 or 10 minute call and then I'm done. But this is like, we have to keep going and not stop.
True.
That's fair.
You can't put our listeners on hold.
Exactly.
That's a valid reason.
Good point. I don't know. I think we're coming down to the end. Before we go into the after show, because the after show is going to be a little bit. We're going to mirror the after show, I think.
Okay.
But I wanted to take a moment to thank all of our guests that we've had. So
Exactly.
You want to go through all our guests?
All right. So we'll go with Chad. And then we had Dr. Chris Johnson. We had Ricky and Tiffany on. We've had Tiffany on again. And then, of course, my brother Chris. And then we did Milo, the Generation Hero from Chicago.
Right.
And then we did Dawn for our fentanyl episode.
Right.
We've also had Liz on with Ouch, Was That a Ghost? And I think that's about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to all of our guests that decided to come on here and put up with us.
Yeah. Thank you for being there while we learned.
Yes. It was, it's been really fun.
Yeah, thanks for being our guinea pigs.
Guinea pigs.
We enjoyed it. We hope you did too.
I think we learned something with every guest.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how we take what we've learned and move forward with a new guest.
Yeah.
So now I have
Definitely.
a treat for you guys in the after show.
Okay.
I have an idea. I
Great.
figure 50 is going to be where it does it. All right. So
Okay.
are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
As ready as we'll ever be.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you like what we talk about, if you like what we do, you could always like, subscribe on or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and I choke here. What the heck?
Yeah, dude.
I'm
come on
choking
now.
up. It's the 50th episode, man. Facebook, Instagram, and X.
Yep. And then, of course, you can listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, YouTube Music, Amazon, Samsung, and, pretty much any podcast player.
Why do you stumble with YouTube Music?
I don't know. It's just
Almost
like,
every time. You have to think about it
I
too,
do.
don't you?
I do. I have to stop. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. YouTube.
You got to slow it down in your mind.
Yeah.
Speaking of YouTube, you could watch us on there, as well as Rumble and TikTok is, for the shorts there. So
Yeah.
I think let's take this on over to the after show and see where this is going to go.
Alrighty. Thank you, everybody.